afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Vicky Physique Hallfield Softball Complex for today's South Atlantic Conference doubleheader between the Emory and Henry Wasps and your Carson-Newman Eagles. A reminder that Carson-Newman and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Also, the consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages at the site of competition is prohibited. We thank you in advance for your cooperation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for our visitors from Emory, Virginia, the Emory and Henry Wasps. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 7, Rachel Hill. Batting second, playing second base, number 3, Abigail Street. Batting third and catching, number 15, Hannah Booth. Cleanup hitter designated player is number 23, Sawyer Tolley. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 14, Tristan Tefano. Batting sixth at first base, number 17, Liberty Johnson. Batting seventh and playing in left field, number 6, Carson Simpson. Batting eighth, playing in right, number 12, Greenlee Elliott. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 2, Layla Rodriguez. The starting pitcher for the Wasps is number 8, Mallory Reeves. Emory and Henry is coached by Jake Cochran, assisted by Afton Todd and Emma Kate Turner.
I didn't put it down there. I'm not sure why. If that's his hand knock, that's not a great place to put it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineup for your Carson-Newman Eagles. In left field from Radford, Virginia, 5'4" sophomore, number 44, Abby Saunders. In center field from Gadsden, Alabama, 5'5" senior, number 14, Abby Martin. In right field from Blacksburg, Virginia, 5'7" sophomore, number 4, Katie Mafina. At third base from White House, Tennessee, a 5'6" senior, number 47, Grace Gregory. At shortstop from Knoxville, Tennessee, a 5'8" freshman, number 33, Malia Smith. At second base from Knoxville, Tennessee, a 5'1" junior, number 6, Shelby Armstrong. At first base from Cross Plains, Tennessee, a 5'9" senior, number 40, Macaulay Bailey. The catcher from Spring Hill, Tennessee, a 5'9" freshman, number 19, Anne Marie Richards. And the starting pitcher from Knoxville, Tennessee, a 5'6" freshman, number 1, Atiana Stamper. Carson-Newman is coached by Michael Graves, assisted by Holly Tucker Vance and Hayden Dye. Athletic trainer is Colby Reed. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise. First for our invocation given today by Carson-Newman softball player Emory, and then please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Dear Lord Jesus, I thank you for this wonderful day and for the opportunity to come together and play today. Lord, I pray that you would place a hand of protection over all these athletes, keeping everyone safe, healthy, and free from injury. Give each player strength and focus today. Help them to represent you in all they do today, both on and off the field. In Jesus' name, amen.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your caps. Curtain forward service members may render a salute as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
On a 76-degree Wednesday afternoon, we welcome you to the Vicky Kazee Hollyfield Softball Complex as number 23 Carson-Newman enters the home stretch of the regular season with its penultimate doubleheader against Emory and Henry. On Eagle Sports Network, I'm Matt Scalzo. So delighted you could make me a part of your Wednesday. Carson-Newman sits in control of its own destiny on whether it wants to stand alone atop the SAC conference when the regular season comes to a close, and they'll turn to their ace in the circle in Atiana Stamper that gets the ball here in Game 1. She is going to be very needed down the stretch of the regular season, making her 22nd appearance on the season, her 16th start. And she is 12-3 in her freshman campaign, facing an E&H team that hits more home runs than anybody in the conference. And we'll dive into the Wasp order as this contest moves along. But leading off is the shortstop, Rachel Hill. She stands in the righty's batter's box. Gets set as Stamper has her sign. The right-hander sets in deals. And we are underway with a swing and a miss from Rachel Hill at 12:58 local time. First pitch here in Jefferson City. Carson-Newman, winners of 13 consecutive contests, now sit at 35-8 on the season, 14-4 in conference play. The 0-1. Hill chops it foul down the first base side. And Stamper quickly ahead in the driver's seat, 0-2. Hill second on this E&H team in terms of batting average at .370 coming into today. A very potent offense, but has struggled as conference play has moved along. As a brief pause as Shelby Armstrong gathers the foul ball and settles back in to her spot at second base. Here comes Stamper on the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Rachel Hill down on 3 pitches. And there's out number 1 in the top of the first. And now we'll take a look at the rest of the E&H order as Abigail Street climbs into the righty's batter's box. Hannah Booth is the next one due up, and there is the rest of this order. Sawyer Tolley is the DP batting 4th, with Tristan Tefano batting 5th. The first offering to Street is pulled foul down the left field line, and it's 0-1. Tefano, the third baseman, in the 5 spot. With Liberty Johnson, conference's leader in home runs, batting 6th, playing at first base. Carson Simpson is the left fielder, batting 7th. Greenlee Elliott bats 8th, playing in right, and rounding things out, the center fielder, Lila Rodriguez. Here comes the 0-1 from Stamper. This is popped up, and it sinks in front of, in shallow left center field in front of Addie Saunders, and out of reach for Malia Smith. And it's a one-out base hit for Abigail Street, for the first base runner of this contest and first hit.
Catcher number 15, Hannah Booth.
And that brings Hannah Booth, the catcher, to the plate.
I don't know how well he'll go in the game.
Booth also stands in the righty's batter's box for E&H. Stamper home on the first pitch. And it's first pitch swinging as she pops one up into right center field. Katie Mathena moves in, and there's out number 2 as we'll take a look at the Carson-Newman defensive alignment. Starting in center field with Abby Martin. She is flanked in left by Addie Saunders, and Katie Mathena, who just made the play, is in right. From first to third around the infield, it's Macaulay Bailey, Shelby Armstrong, Malia Smith, and Grace Gregory. Anne-Marie Richards completes the battery with Stamper in the circle as Sawyer Tolley steps in to the righty's batter's box, and Stamper hits Tolley on the first pitch, catching her on her back right leg.
It
puts 2 on with 2 away.
Tristan Tofano.
As the 5th consecutive righty comes to the plate, and Tristan Tofano, playing in right field, has 2 on with 2 away in the top of the first inning in this game 1 between Carson-Newman and Emory and Henry. Stamper gets her sign from the first base side dugout. Home on the first offering. And misses a touch inside. And it's 1-0 to Tofano. A .262 hitter this season. Has 21 RBIs with a runner in scoring position. First opportunity with a runner in scoring position for either side. The 1-0. Tofano lifts a sky-high pop-up. Left center field. Martin onto the track. She leaps and she makes the catch against the wall. Gold glove material for Abby Martin once again. The senior says, no, not today. Not in the top of the first inning. She robs Tofano of a 3-run home run and sends us to the bottom of the first the same way we started. 0-0 between Carson-Newman and Emory and Henry on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and
Malia Smith leads off in the top of the bottom of the first inning, rather. Takes the first pitch ball down low from Mallory Reeves. Senior left-hander in the circle for E&H. 1-0. Smith, the chopper, first base side, gloved by the second baseman in Street, tosses it on the backhand to first, and it's in time to retire Smith. Smooth play by Abigail Street, and here's a look at the Carson-Newman lineup that Reeves will be facing. Abby Martin now climbs into the righty's batter's box, playing in center field with Macaulay Bailey, the first baseman, batting third as the first offering to Martin catches the outer half for a called strike. There's the 0-1 from Reeves. An off-speed that Martin cuts and misses on. It's 0-2. And that is the bread and butter for Mallory Reeves. The senior has a heavy use of her off-speed pitch, and it has been so potent this season. The 0-2. Martin, a ground ball that finds its way up the middle into center field. And Carson-Newman has its first hit via the center fielder, Abby Martin, that has been enjoying a career senior season. And so now we'll take a look at the entire Carson-Newman order as Macaulay Bailey climbs in for Carson-Newman as the 3-hitter. Cleanup hitters Grace Gregory batting fourth, playing at third, with Addie Saunders batting fifth, playing in left field. Reeves home on the first pitch to Bailey. Misses beneath the zone. 1-0. Anne-Marie Richards, the catcher, bats sixth, with the DP Sarah Walker in the 7 spot. Katie Mathena bats eighth, playing in right, and Shelby Armstrong rounds things out at second base. The 1-0 to Bailey, brushes inside. 2 consecutive balls from Reeves. Makes it a 2-0 count. On off speed that Bailey checks her swing on, and appeal down to first. And she did not go around, says Bobby Troutman, the first base umpire, in this trio of Bobby umpires. Bobby Gosnell is behind the plate, and Bobby Lance is the other umpire at second base. 3-0 to Bailey. Has the green light, muscles one the other way to right field. Over the shoulder grab made by Greenlee Elliott, ranging to her left. And there's out number 2. We'll look at E&H defensively. Greenlee Elliott's in right, just making the play. Lila Rodriguez is in center with Carson Simpson in left. Liberty Johnson's at first with Abigail Street at second. Rachel Hills, the shortstop, and Tristan Tufano at third. First pitch swing for Grace Gregory. She pops it up out of play on the first base side. And it's 0-1 with Abby Martin over at first after a 1-out base hit. Ground out and the fly out. First 2 outs for Reeves. Here's the 0-1. Skips in front of home plate off the turf, and a backhand pick by the catcher Hannah Booth. Moves the count to 1-1. Gregory in the righty's batter's box, the 1-1, and off speed, and she taps it foul third base side. Scooped up by third base coach and head coach Michael Graves. As the count goes to 1-2, a 2 away in the bottom of the first inning. Hayden Dye, the graduate assistant, is the first base coach for Carson-Newman. 1-2 from Reeves. Comes in low. Martin's going. The throw down from Booth. Not in time. As Martin sneaks her left hand in underneath the tag of Hill. And it is stolen base number 19 on the season for Abby Martin. Also a career best mark for the senior from Alabama. The 2-2 and off speed lines into left field. Martin has the green light, and it's bobbled by the left fielder Simpson. And Carson-Newman strikes first in the bottom of the first. An RBI single from Grace Gregory, her 44th RBI this season. And it's 1-0 Carson-Newman in the first. It was the off speed again from Reeves. Gregory waited on it, teed it up, and it found its way through the 5-6 hole. As Addie Saunders climbs in, takes the first pitch ball low, and it's 1-0. This part of the order has been so dangerous for Carson-Newman this season, 2 through 5, especially as Addie Saunders has moved up in the order. 1-0. Saunders, a high chopper, picked up by the first baseman, but Saunders with her speed is in there safely. It was an in-between play for Liberty Johnson and Abigail Street. It was claimed by Johnson, but she was a good 5 to 10 yards off the first base bag. And Saunders with some small ball puts 2 on with 2 away. Back-to-back base hits for the Eagles. Sets the table for Anne-Marie Richards standing in the righty's batter's box. First pitch swing for Richards, a sinking line drive that drops into right field. Gregory around third. The throw to the plate is late. It's 3 straight base hits for the Eagles as on the throw, Richards scampers up to second. And the freshman makes it 2-0 Carson-Newman in the bottom of the first inning. Carson-Newman wasting no time, and now I think we all get a much-needed pause as E&H brings the entire infield in, and it's a 2-0 Eagles lead on 4 hits in the bottom of the first inning. 3 consecutive 2-out base hits from the Eagles has driven in 2 runs, one from Grace Gregory, and now the catcher Anne-Marie Richards. It sets the table for Sarah Walker, another freshman in the order for Carson-Newman, with 2 in scoring position and 2 away. Reeves home on the first pitch to the righty, and Walker wastes no time, nestles one into center field, Saunders scores. Here comes Richards. The third of the game is cut off. 4-0. Carson-Newman in the bottom of the first. A 2-run single from Sarah Walker. And it's 4 straight 2-out singles. 3 of them resulting in runs. And the Eagles taking early control of game 1 against one of the conference's best pitchers. First pitch from Reeves to Mathena dips low, and it's 1-0. Reeves has thrown more innings than anybody in the conference coming into today with 165 and a third. The 1-0. Hits the bottom rail of the zone to Mathena, and it's 1-1 against the right fielder. She has appeared now in 33 of Emory and Henry's 43 contests this season. She has been a workhorse in the circle. The 1-1 is a fastball that burns on the inside edge to Mathena. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Reeves. Blown away outside to the righty Mathena. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Head coach Michael Graves told me they were practicing off speeds all day in practice yesterday. It's worked out here in the top of the first. 2-2. Mathena pulls it down third base side on a little bouncer foul. Keeps the count where it is. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. As Reeves looks in, here's the break even. And Mathena fights it off with a sky-high pop-up on the first base side as it drifts out of play. There's the first at-bat where Reeves has really had to work. Carson-Newman's been aggressive early in the counts. Here's the 2-2. Off speed, and Mathena grounds at third base side. Skitter's foul. So we'll do it again on the 3rd consecutive foul ball from Katie Mathena. Sarah Walker at first after a 2-run single. The 2-2 again. Off the mark from Reeves, and Mathena has battled back. Works the count full with 2 away. Trying to keep the train moving along as the 9-hitter, Shelby Armstrong, stands on deck. The full count pitch, and it's off the end of the bat of Mathena to the backstop. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. It's a 4-0 lead for number 23, Carson-Newman. Reeves again, the payoff pitch, and Mathena again, another foul ball. 11 pitches in this at-bat between Reeves and Mathena. And the sophomore Mathena has done a really good job at battling through at-bats. Here's another payoff pitch, and Mathena fights it off again, spoiling the off-speed from Reeves as this goes caroming down the third base side foul. Mathena's taken a major step forward in her sophomore season, coming off a stellar week against Catawba and Coker. Here's another 3-2. Mathena ground ball picked on the backhand by Street. She goes to second, where Hill is covering the bag, and there is out number 3 as Walker's retired on the fielder's choice. But Carson-Newman strikes first. 4 runs on 5 hits. They leave 1 runner left on as we head into the second, where Stamper working with a big cushion here on the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shop cneagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. Shop cneagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. Shop cneagles.com.
Number 17, Liberty Johnson.
What a start for Carson-Newman. 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning, and they hand things off to their star freshman pitcher, Natiana Stamper, working with a lead as she faces Liberty Johnson. First pitch swing for Johnson. She'll pop it up out of play just over top the third base dugout where Emory and Henry sits. And a completely different complexion on this game than where we were in the top of the first inning. The 0-1 to Johnson. There's another rise ball, and this time she lets it go by upstairs, 1-1. Johnson is the conference's top home run hitter with 13 coming into today. And is tied for 9th nationally, the 1-1. Dips down and in against the right-handed hitting Johnson. 2 balls and a strike. Carson Simpson and Greenlee Elliott next to due up for E&H here in the top of the second inning, trying to battle back in a 4-run hole. 2-1 from Stamper. Johnson clips it straight back 2-2. The Wasp left 2 runners on in the top of the first inning. Here's the break even from Stamper. Misses above the zone. 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Johnson provides a change of pace from what we saw in the first inning. Patience, working the count full. The first batter in the second. Payoff pitch from Stamper. Johnson pulls it foul down the left field line. Saunders into foul territory, has room, and makes the play for out number 1. Carson-Newman in its alternate powder blue home uniforms with navy blue shoulders and a collar. Carson-Newman Eagles on the front in white, outlined in navy blue, with navy blue numbers on the front and the back, outlined in white. First pitch swinging for Carson Simpson. She cuts and misses on the first pitch offering from Stamper. White pants for the Eagles with 2 thin navy blue stripes down the sides and navy blue socks. And for those that choose to wear it, a powder blue visor. The 0-1. Back to the rise ball. Misses above the letters to Simpson. 1-1 with 1 away. For Emory and Henry, it's a monochromatic navy blue look on the road. As Stamper looks in, comes home on the 1-1. And she pinpoints it in the heart of the zone. Get ahead 1-2. Navy blue road uniforms with Wasps written across the chest and navy blue outlined in gold with a gold collar. 2 thin gold stripes on the shoulders for E&H. 1-2, a wave and a miss, and it's strikeout number 2 for Stamper on the second out in the second inning.
Now batting right fielder number 12.
Solid gold numbers on the front and the back for Emory and Henry on their jerseys with navy blue pants and navy blue socks with a navy blue batting helmet. Second strikeout for Stamper, her 100th on her freshman season, puts 2 away in the top of the second. And she starts off with a strike to Greenlee Elliott. Goes back upstairs with the rise ball. And E&H has been chasing that pitch early in these at-bats. As Stamper's ahead 0-1. The right-hander comes home again. It's another cut and a miss from Elliott. And it's quickly 0-2 with 2 away. Stamper looking for a 1-2-3 frame here in the second. Here's the 0-2. Just misses, a touch inside against Elliott. As there is an arm warming up for E&H in their bullpen. Here's the 1-2 from Stamper. Fighting it off is Elliott as she sends it to the netting behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 away. It's a 4-0 Carson-Newman lead as they plate 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. RBIs from Grace Gregory, Anne-Marie Richards, and Sarah Walker. 1-2 from Stamper. Sit down, she says to Greenlee Elliott. Back-to-back punch-outs for Stamper. She's got 3 through 2 innings. That's another scoreless frame in the top of the second for the star freshman. She turns it back to her offense. It's 4-0 Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Shelby Armstrong leads off at the bottom of the second inning and taps the first pitch foul for Mallory Reeves as the count goes to 0-1. 9-1-2 for Carson-Newman here in this second frame, the 0-1. Armstrong shoots it the other way in the right field. It's a leadoff base hit for the 9-hitter. The second baseman continues the hit train for Carson-Newman. That is their 6th already. And now she sets the table for the top of the order with the shortstop, Malia Smith.
Number 33, Malia Smith.
Smith shows bunt, pulls it down the first base side. Reeves pitches that turns to first. It is not in time, and it skips off the glove of Street, covering the bag. Advancing up to third goes Armstrong. And it's an infield single for Malia Smith with an error against E&H as Armstrong goes moving up to third. More pressure on for this E&H team against the Carson-Newman squad that is peaking at the right time. First pitch to Abby Martin is a called strike as Smith is going on the first pitch. Throw down is cut off by Hill as she tries to catch Armstrong off guard, and Smith is able to scamper into second, standing up safely. South Atlantic Conference's stolen base leader, Malia Smith, adds her 22nd of the season. The 0-1, Martin shoots one straight to first. It's snagged by Johnson, fires it back across the diamond to third, where a headfirst dive from Armstrong is in safely ahead of the tag from the third baseman, Tefano. And so that puts out number 1 on the board. Brings up Macaulay Bailey with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 away. Bailey's 0 for 1 with a flyout. The golden opportunity to continue this offensive outburst for Carson-Newman as Reeves starts her off with a strike on the inner half, and it's 0-1. Bailey is the conference's leader in RBIs, has 54 this season. Here's the 0-1. Dips beneath the knees, and it's 1-1. 7 hits for Carson-Newman through an inning and a third. 1-1. Bailey, a hard shot snagged by the second baseman, Street. Robs Bailey of another RBI this season, puts 2 on the board, 2 outs on the board, as it brings Grace Gregory to the plate. Just when you think you might be out of the woods as you get through Macaulay Bailey, 47's waiting on deck. She goes after the rise ball from Reeves and pulls it straight towards the fence on the third base side where E&H is sitting. The count goes to 0-1. Gregory's been on an absolute tear. Across her last 12 games, she's batting .522 as the 0-1. She digs it out from atop the turf, pulls it foul down the left field line. And just yesterday, she was named the SAC Player of the Week, along with the TSWA Player of the Week for her 7 for 14 past 7 days, though 2. Takes it outside, 1 and 2. Notched a home run against Catawba this past Thursday and picked up 6 RBIs in the last week. Here's the 1-2. Gregory shoots one up the middle. It's out of reach for a diving Street. Armstrong in to score. On her heels comes Smith. Grace Gregory, a pair of RBI singles. She's got 3 ribbies through 2 innings, and it's 6-0 Carson-Newman. Carson-Newman doesn't have a game this weekend, but Gregory trying to match her numbers from last week across these 2 games. First pitch swing for Addie Saunders. She taps one to the shortstop in Hill. Comes up firing to first, and it is in time to retire Saunders by a step. But Carson-Newman adds 2 more. Thanks to 47 in Powder Blue, Grace Gregory. 2-run single makes it 6-0 Eagles heading to the 3rd on the Eagle Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC, power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Into the 3rd inning, and it is 6-0 Carson-Newman. Thanks to a 2-run single from Grace Gregory in the bottom of the 2nd. She's 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs already against an E&H team that finds themselves in a very pivotal point in the season. And it starts with their 9-hitter here in the 3rd inning with Lila Rodriguez before it turns back over to the top of the order. And Rodriguez stands in the lefty's batter's box. First pitch from Stamper. Misses upstairs, 1-0. E&H comes into this game 8-8 in conference play so far this season. The 1-0. Swing and a miss from Rodriguez, and Stamper levels the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. They currently sit in a tie for 6th place in the conference with Wingate also at 8-8. The 1-1. Rodriguez shows bunt, taps it foul down the 3rd base side. Went back upstairs with the rise ball was Stamper, and Rodriguez offered at it. This E&H team has picked up 4 straight wins, sweeps of Coker and Newberry recently. The 1-2. Rodriguez spoils, and she pops a foul ball over top the stands behind home plate on a sun-splashed Wednesday afternoon, 79 degrees. Streaks of some clouds throughout the sky. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Rodriguez down swinging. 3 straight strikeouts for Atiana Stamper. She has 4, the first time through the order against Emory and Henry, as it turns over to the top of the order with Rachel Hill. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout on 3 pitches against Stamper. Right-hander comes home, and Hill is late on the first pitch offering from Stamper. Falls behind 0-1. Stamper's been a dynamic pitcher this season. Has been the workhorse in the stable of pitchers for Holly Tucker Vance. Here's the 0-1. High and outside, snagged by Richards. Count goes to 1-1. A pair of 12 strikeout performances this season for Stamper. First freshman since Lacey Reines in 2017 with a pair of with double-digit strikeout performances. As the 1-1 comes in, it's a wave and a miss from Hill. It's quickly 1-2. Stamper looks in. Here's the 1-2. Hill glances it off her bat with a foul tip. Keeps the at-bat going. When talking with head coach Michael Graves, he says he's been trying to save Atiana for this back half of the season, where she's going to be needed in basically every game the rest of the way. The 1-2. Hill, a pop-up that stays on the infield on the right side. It's the second baseman, Armstrong, to make the routine play for out number 2.
Good take, good take.
Now batting. Second baseman, number 3, Abigail Street.
So it brings Abigail Street to the plate. She's got the lone hit for E&H. Single that blooped into left field just on the inside of the left line. First offering to Street. Hangs upstairs. 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Back up with the rise ball goes Stamper, and Street again watches it go by. 2-0 with 2 away in the top of the 3rd inning. It's a 6-0 Carson-Newman lead. Game 1 of 2 on this Wednesday afternoon. The 2-0 from Stamper, fouled away by Street. 2 balls and a strike. Stamper on March 28th had 12 strikeouts against Mars Hill. Since that point, she's just had 9 across her last 5 appearances. Here's the 2-1. Comes in, misses down and inside against Street. Right over top her shoes in the righty's batter's box. 3 balls and a strike as Anne-Marie Richards calls time from behind the plate. Goes out to check with Stamper, and it's a brief visit between these 2 freshmen, Richards and Stamper. Malia Smith, another starting freshman, has been at shortstop at every game this season.
Hopefully I don't get it while I'm down there. Play since he's been by watching. I was here before the game starts. I don't have to listen to it.
As Street climbs back into the righty's batter's box, and here comes the 3-1 from Stamper. Low and inside. It's a 5-pitch walk to Street, and she has reached base both times today on the first walk issued by Stamper.
15, Hannah Booth.
Brings Hannah Booth to the plate with a runner on for E&H. Booth leads this E&H squad with a .403 batting average this season. Has 10 home runs, 4th in the conference, 38 RBIs. First offering skips down and in to Booth. Stamper has missed on 5 of her last 6 pitches out of the zone. Here's the 1-0 from Stamper. Booth turns on it, drives it out into straightaway center. Martin twisting around, going back, and again she crashes into the wall for the 3rd out. Wind is blowing out, but if you're going to hit it towards Abby Martin, you better make sure it's out of reach, because she's going to get to it every time. Turning left, turning right. 14 and Blues got it covered. Out number 3 in the top of the 3rd. It's 6-0 Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Beautiful Wednesday afternoon in Jefferson City as Richard swings on the first pitch and laces it into center field. Anne-Marie Richards 2 for 2. Pair of singles sets the table for Sarah Walker. A lot of fans on display. A lot of the spectators are from the baseball team and behind home plate. You're watching on the Flow Sports stream. Kyle Adams and Will Sharp watching with us. First pitch swing for Walker. Drives one into the shallow right. Coming in and making the play is Elliott for out number 1. There's Katie Mathena now will step into the righty's batter's box. Carson-Newman baseball fresh off a 14-2 run rule victory over Tusculum yesterday. First offering to Mathena misses outside, 1-0. In that game, Will Sharp made his first career appearance, and on his first career pitch, he got a pop out. 1-0. Mathena pulls it into left center field. Charging in towards the gap is Rodriguez, and there's out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third after the leadoff single from Anne-Marie Richards for Mallory Reeves.
Second baseman, number 6, Shelby Armstrong.
He looks to settle down after giving up 4 runs in the bottom of the first and 2 in the second as Armstrong swings on the first pitch. Sinking line pop up into left field, and Simpson makes the underhand grab for out number 3. So after a single from Richards, Eagles go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third, sends us to the fourth. 6-0, Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network.
Tri-Light is proud to support Carson-Newman Athletics. We salute the student athletes who are working hard to make great things happen on the field, in the classroom, and in the world. It takes vision, commitment, and teamwork, qualities we share at Tri-Light. Our mission is to provide life-changing opportunities by building a world-class fiber broadband network. If you'd like to learn more, please visit trilight.net or call us at 833-847-0824.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
Top of the fourth inning from the Vicky Kazee Hollyfield Softball Complex. A lot of fans on display. Talked about the baseball team. I can spot Tom Griffin in the distance down the left field line. North of 750 wins in his illustrious career. As Atiana Stamper starts off with a first pitch that is high and outside to the DP and Sawyer Tolley. 4, 5, and 6 due up for E&H here in the top of the fourth inning. It's a 6-0 lead for Carson-Newman. 23rd ranked Eagles in the midst of a 13-game winning streak. The 1-0 bounces in low, 2-0. Stamper with 4 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. 1 in each the first and third and a pair in the second. Here's the 2-0 Tolley. Turns and pops it up in foul ground, and it will drift onto Davis Street. Oh, just in front of Davis Street. In front of 2 unsuspecting E&H fans up along the hill along Davis Street. Count goes to 2-1. Stamper comes home. Swing and a miss on the off speed from Tolley. Count goes to 2-2. Tolley reached via hit by a pitch in the first inning. Put 2 on with 2 away, and Stamper got out of the jam and let her offense go to work. Here comes the break even. This is low and inside. Tolley works the count full. Infield and outfield playing rather deep against Tolley. Payoff pitch, pulled down third base side, and it hops over a white car sitting on Davis Street. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the first hitter here in the fourth, and Sawyer Tolley. Righty on righty. Stamper home on the payoff. Misses inside to the leadoff walk to Tolly. She has reached base in both their 2 trips to the plate, but is yet to register an at-bat because of the hit by pitch and now the walk. As Tristan Tefano comes up, 5-hitter and third baseman for E&H. Stands deep in the righty's batter's box. First pitch from Stamper comes in low, and a sliding grab to her right by Richards. One ball, no strikes against the third baseman. 1-0. Rise ball from Stamper misses upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Tefano was robbed by Abby Martin in her first trip to the plate on a fly ball to left center field. There's the 2-0. Tefano golfs one out into left field. Saunders drifts back a couple of steps, and there's out number 1 here in the 4th. As Tefano is retired for the 2nd time today.
Now
brings up Liberty Johnson.
17, Liberty Johnson.
As E&H still with just 1 hit. Tries to find a way to kick its offense into gear. As Johnson climbs into the righty's batter's box with an open stance. Stands deep in the box. First pitch from Stamper. A wave and a miss from Johnson. As I was saying, E&H has hit more home runs than anybody in the South Atlantic Conference with 62. 2nd highest mark in the country. Here's the 0-1. And Stamper finds the zone on the off-speed. It's 0-2. Johnson leads that charge with 13 home runs this season, but the Vicky Kazee Hollyfield Softball Complex, one of the deepest parks not only in the South Atlantic Conference but also the Southeast region. Here's the 0-2. Johnson fouls it straight back. Keeps the count alive. In comparison, E&H plays in one of the smaller parks. Just 190 down the left and right field lines. It's 215 down the lines here in Jefferson City. The 0-2. Johnson catches a piece on a foul tip. We'll do it all over again on another 0-2. And 220 out to straightaway center. But the wind is favorable today. It is blowing out towards left center and at times has been gusting to straightaway center. Here comes the 0-2. Skips in low, 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Johnson. Fell behind 0-2. Fought off a couple of pitches with foul balls against Stamper. Now has her first ball in the at-bat. Stamper comes home on the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Johnson cuts and misses. Strikeout number 5 for Atiana Stamper. Puts 2 away in the 4th.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6, Carson Simpson.
Brings up Carson Simpson, the left fielder. She struck out the first time against Stamper. Stamper's first delivery is gift wrapped down the chute, 0-1. Righty on righty matchup against Simpson. Stamper looks in, has her sign, the 0-1. Pulled down the left field line, and it is a fair ball, just landing inside the left field line. And it's another bloop single from E&H, their 2nd of the afternoon. First hit since the top of the 1st inning from Abigail Street. It comes from the left fielder Carson Simpson.
Now batting,
That puts 2 on with 2 away.
right
As
fielder, number 12,
Sawyer
Bailey
Tolley,
Everett.
who led off this inning with a walk, moves into scoring position at 2nd. A 6-0 Carson-Newman lead in the top of the 4th inning. As Greenlee Elliott climbs into the righty's batter's box, the wide stance. First pitch he watches as it hits in the heart of the zone from Stamper, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. And it's clipped foul by Elliott. Pops up towards the fans that sit adjacent to the first base side dugout where Carson-Newman sits. So Stamper a strike away from getting out of the inning. Here comes the 0-2. Fighting it off with a half-hearted swing is Elliott. Just catching it off the end of her bat, was chasing after an outside pitch from Stamper. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 2 on for E&H in the top of the 4th, trying to cut into this lead. Here's the 0-2 from Stamper. And that's another foul ball from Elliott as she taps it to the netting behind home plate. Corners of the infield for Carson-Newman, and Bailey and Gregory even with their bags. Armstrong and Smith deep along the outfield turf at second and short. The 0-2 popped up and out of play by Elliott. Mathena and Saunders in right and left playing a touch closer towards the lines, creating big gaps in the alley as Abby Martin stands out in center field in the middle of the nested CN in the outfield turf. Time is called as home plate umpire Bobby Gosnell gets some more balls. Here's another 0-2 from Stamper. Goes upstairs on a rise ball that loops well above the zone. Elliott makes the count 1-2 with 2 away. And top half of the 4th inning. Carson-Newman blitzing E&H early. 4 runs in the first, 2 in the second. Here's a 1-2. High and outside, goes to the backstop, but it ricochets perfectly off the wall and back into the waiting arms of Anne-Marie Richards. So the runners have to stay right where they are with Sawyer Tolley at second base. And Carson Simpson at first. Break even from Stamper on the way. Swing and a miss. Goes back to the rise ball. And this time Elliott not so patient. Strikeout number 6 for Stamper brings the top of the 4th to a close. It's 6-0 Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Top of the order for Carson-Newman, set to come up here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. As there's a change in the circle for E&H. Destiny Good has come in place of Mallory Reeves here in the 4th inning as Smith taps one on the third base side foul, 0-1. So Carson-Newman chases Mallory Reeves after 3 innings of work. She gives up 6 runs on 9 hits. The 0-1. Finds the zone against Smith on the outer half, and Good works ahead 0-2. If this result holds, Reeves is in line for the loss. Here's the 0-2. Blown away to left-handed hitting Smith. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smith 1 for 2, which matches the record this season of Destiny Good. 1-2 with a 10.50 ERA. Smith comes running forward on the 1-2. Pushes it foul on the third base side. Infield playing in against the slapper, the 1-2. Jam shot that she pops up into the E&H dugout on the third base side. nobody in harm's way for the Wasps. Except maybe the athletic trainer, Emma Kate Turner, as here comes the 1-2 from Good. And it comes skimming in atop the turf to Smith. 2 balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. In the bottom half of the 4th inning, a 6-0 lead for number 23, Carson-Newman, over Emory and Henry. Game 1 of 2 on this Wednesday afternoon. The 2-2. Smith pokes one off the end of her bat straight to the third baseman, Tefano, who retires her for out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 14, Abby Martin.
Brings up the center fielder, Abby Martin, 1 for 2. Couple of hard hit balls from Martin, a single her first time up, and then lined out to the first baseman Johnson her last time up. First pitch swinging, chopper that goes straight back to the pitcher and Good, who climbs the ladder with a backhand stab, flips her hips and goes to first for out number 2.
Now batting, first baseman, number 40, Macaulay Bailey.
Good trying to settle in here against a Carson-Newman offense that got ahead early, but has slowed down. Last 5 have been retired as Bailey slaps one off the end of her bat straight towards the press box. And count goes to 0-1. Bailey 0 for 2, a flyout and a lineout. For the Sacks leader in batting average and RBIs coming into today, the 0-1. Bailey muscles one, right center field, and it's over the head of the center fielder Rodriguez. One hops into the wall. Bailey around first, feet first slide into second base safely. It's a 2-out double for Macaulay Bailey. Another extra base hit for the senior first baseman. Her 24th extra base hit this season, and her team-leading 17th double. Brings Grace Gregory to the plate with a runner in scoring position and 2 away in the 4th. Wave and a miss from Gregory on the first pitch rise ball from Good. Count goes to 0-1. Gregory 2 for 2, a pair of singles and 3 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. High and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Across the last 13 games for Gregory, now 23 RBIs. Closing in on her teammate Macaulay Bailey, who stands over at second for the team in conference high. The 1-1 cut and missed by Gregory. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now has 46 this season, along with her team leading 9 long balls. 1-2 from Good. Gregory fights it off and hits it up the top of the facade of the press box here on the first base side. Settles back into the righty's batter's box, deep in the box. 1-2 from Good. High and outside on a rise ball to the right-handed hitting Gregory. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. Bottom half of the 4th inning, with Macaulay Bailey over at second after a 2-out double. Break even from Good. High and outside to Gregory. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Carson-Newman in front, 6-0. Bailey notching the 10th hit of the day for the Eagles. Here's the payoff pitch. Gregory, towering pop-up, foul ground, first base side. Liberty Johnson with room, retires Gregory, and the inning comes to a close. Carson-Newman leaving Bailey stranded on the bases, sends us into the 5th. It's 6-0 Carson-Newman over Emory and Henry on the Eagle Sports Network.
Sure, we've been around a while, 171 years to be exact. We know the power of a liberal arts-based Christian education and the tremendous potential of what can be found on this campus, within this community. We are adventurers, dreamers, believers, passionate and compassionate, curious and clever, driven by a common purpose towards a common goal.
I found my passion.
I found purpose.
We are Carson-Newman.
What will you find?
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Tatiana Stamper's day comes to a close after 4 innings, and now it turns to fellow freshman and fellow Knoxville native Lacey Keck. Comes into the circle, the left-hander. Sits with a 5-2 record this season, a 4.78 ERA. Is viewed as the change of pace pitcher for Holly Tucker-Vance. As the first pitch comes home to Rodriguez, who stands in the lefty's batter's box, and it misses outside. Up on Davis Street, it is the great migration of baseball players heading down to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex for practice. Taking in the softball game. 1-0. Outside from Keck, 2-0. Keck has pitched in 3 of the last 4 games, and last week she was 2-0 across 3 and a third of an inning, allowing just 1 hit. 2-0, fouled away by Rodriguez, 2-1. Huge week for Keck in terms of building her confidence. Hadn't pitched since the March 26th meeting against Milligan. 2-1, Rodriguez pushes one foul into the bullpen down the third base side for E&H. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the break even from Keck. Outside to Rodriguez. Count runs full against the 9-hitter in this E&H order. Rachel Hill and Abigail Street. And the rest of the top of the order for E&H looming on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch from Keck. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez caught off as Keck notches her first strikeout and the first batter she sees for out number 1 at the top of the 5th.
Now batting shortstop, number 7, Rachel Hill.
As it brings Rachel Hill to the plate. And the righty's batter's box against the lefty in Keck. First offering home. Hill, a chopper that goes straight to the third baseman, Gregory. A couple of pumps as she charges towards first and fires to first for out number 2.
Now batting second baseman, number 3, Abigail Street.
So here comes Abigail Street, the second baseman. Has reached base both times today, single and a walk. For the senior by way of Glade Spring, Virginia. Keck's first pitch, high and tight towards Street. 1-0. Street, one of 2 E&H hitters that have yet to be retired here in Game 1. The 1-0. Street grounds it up the middle and into center field, and she is still yet to be retired. Her second hit of the day. Puts a runner on first with 2 away in the top half of the 5th inning. Hit number 3 for the Wasps. As it brings Hannah Booth to the plate. Pair of flyouts for the catcher today. With a narrow stance in the righty's batter's box. First pitch from Keck. Skips off the turf in front of home plate. 1 ball. No strikes. 2 outs in a 6-0 Carson-Newman lead. Top half of the 5th inning from the Vicky Kazee Hollyfield Softball Complex. 1-0. Keck moves inside, and shimmying out of the way is Booth. First 2 to Booth are off the mark from Keck. Booth, a part of this trio of sophomores that have hit 35 home runs this season. 2-0. Huth turns on it, drives out into center field. Martin drifting back onto the warning track is there to make the play for out number 3. And Keck works around a 2-out base hit from Street. And a scoreless first inning of work for the freshman sends us to the bottom of the 5th, where Carson-Newman needs 2 runs to get a run rule here in Game 1 on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City has deals for Carson-Newman students. Bring in your valid student ID when you order for pickup or delivery, and Domino's in Jefferson City will give you a steaming hot large one-topping pizza for $4.99. That's a large one-topping pizza for Carson-Newman students for $4.99 at Domino's in Jeff City. Call 865-471-6700 to order. That's 865-471-6700. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Okay, let's see. I'm ready to do this. Carson-Newman. It's been around since 1851. Lots of flexible online programs. Wow. World-class accredited academics. A faith and learning environment with professors who really care about me. A top 10 best value school. Carson-Newman gives $48 million a year in financial aid. This is the perfect place. I'm in.
Maddie Saunders leads off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A 6-0 lead for Carson-Newman. And the first offering to Saunders. Loops above the zone from Destiny Good. 1-0 against Saunders. He was 0 for 1. Or 1 for 2, excuse me. 1-0. Bounces in. Quickly 2-0 against Saunders. Scored a run, a part of that 4-run bottom of the 1st from the Eagles. Here's the 2-0. Burns the outer edge from Good, 2-1. Saunders trying to start a new streak. He had a 10-game hitting streak and a 16-game on base streak, snapped in Game 2 against Coker on Saturday. 2-1 misses low and outside, 3-1. And the sophomore out of Radford, Virginia, has elevated her play throughout the season, turning in one of the premier hitters for this Eagles team, the 3-1. Fouls it off up on a Davis Street, and it takes a side spin left hop out of the way of a Chevy pickup truck that is in prime position for a foul ball on Davis Street. Payoff pitch from Good. Called strike 3. Saunders down looking as Good picks up her first strikeout and puts one away. And the bottom of the 5th inning.
The catcher, number 19, Anne-Marie Richards.
Brings Anne-Marie Richards to the plate. Freshman catcher is 2 for 2 today with an RBI. And the first pitch to Richards bounces in front of the righty's batter's box and goes to the backstop. Richards, hard line drive, and it's up the left field line and into the corner. Saunders around first, motors into second. Takes a wide turn and stops there as the left fielder Simpson slipped and fell onto the seat of her pants. And it's a 1-out double for Anne-Marie Richards. She's now 3 for 3 here in game number 1. And the freshman had been going through a rough stretch, just 7 for her last 32 at the plate across her last 13 games. But has turned it on against this E&H team. As Sarah Walker stands in. First pitch to Walker, a high chopper right side, bobbled by Street, stays with it, and it's a handoff to the first baseman Johnson. But first base umpire Bobby Troutman says that it wasn't a clean exchange, and so Walker is safe over at first. And so the run-ruling run stands on first base for Carson-Newman and Sarah Walker. And head coach for E&H, Jake Cockerham, is going to have a conversation with Bobby Troutman over at first, disagreeing with the call. one of the stranger sequences that I have seen. Street, it was an in-between hop and tried to field it at the bottom of its descent, and it popped away. And so now, after conversation with Cockerham, Bobby Troutman is going to call over his other two friends, also named Bobby. Bobby Lance, the third base umpire, and Bobby Gosnell behind the plate. Get a replay of it there, and see, it's in Street's hand, and there it goes into the glove of Johnson. Walker's still not on the bag. Now she is, but it also looks like Johnson has firm possession of it. And after the trio of Bobbies come together, they rule that she is still safe. So Carson-Newman trying to get a run rule here in game number 1. The opportunity to do that is with the runner that stands on first base. It is Sarah Walker currently, but it no longer is, as the pitcher, Lacey Keck, will come in as a pinch runner in place of Walker. As you can hear the discourse between Sarah Walker and pitching coach Holly Tucker-Vance on what happened during that last play. But now Katie Mathena will settle into the righty's batter's box with Anne-Marie Richards 60 feet away over at third after her one-out double. First offering to Mathena. Moves inside. It's a check swing from Mathena. Peel down to third, and Bobby Lance says she did not go around. That's a first pitch ball. Here comes the 1-0. Catches the outer part of the zone against Mathena. Levels it to 1-1. 1-1. Called strike right at the bottom of the zone against Mathena. Count goes to 1-2. Mathena 0 for 2 in this first game, is currently riding a 5-game hitting streak. The 1-2 slices one up. Foul ground on the first base side. Hits off top of the press box. And a 10-game on-base streak for the sophomore by way of Blacksburg, Virginia. He's picked up an RBI in 4 straight as well. The 1-2 loops away from the right-hander. Good. Squares the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes with Keck at first, Richards at third. Here's the 2-2. Mathena turns on it, a towering pop-up into left center field. Simpson ranges over and makes the grab as Richards faked the tag and retreated back to third. And Keck goes advancing up to second, so it puts the run that would make it a run rule into scoring position for Shelby Armstrong. Richards was about halfway towards home before she slammed on the brakes, went running back. Ham's got good speed. I think she could have gotten in there. His first offering to Armstrong misses outside, 1-0. So Armstrong with 2 outs trying to come through and walk things off with 2 in scoring position. Keck with good speed over at second base. She's the runner that's important for Carson-Newman in this spot. 1-0, rounded foul on the third base side from Armstrong. 1-1. 1 for 2 day with the run scored for Armstrong. Junior out of Knoxville has improved as the season's gone along. The 1-1 misses down and in over top her shoes. 2-1. Transferred in after 2 years at Roane State Community College. Hit above 300 with 55 RBIs across her 2 years there. 2-1. Armstrong, a pop-up that drifts into shallow left center field. Simpson calls off Tofano, and there is out number 3 Here in the bottom of the 5th inning, Carson-Newman leads 2-on. Head into the 6th inning. It's a 6-0 lead for Carson-Newman over E&H on the Eagle Sports Network.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
The #1 source for Carson-Newman athletics gear, shopseeandeagles.com, where you can find gear from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour. Shirts, jerseys, sweatshirts, shorts, pants, hats, and scarves. ShopSeeAndEagles.com is your source for everything CN. You can even show your school spirit on your smartphone or tablet. All of your game day essentials can be found in one place. ShopSeeAndEagles.com.
So after serving as a pinch runner in the bottom of the 5th inning, Lacey Keck returns to the circle for her 2nd inning of work on the Eagle Sports Network. I'm Matt Scalzo. So glad you could join me for game 1 of 2 between Carson-Newman and Emory and Henry on this sunny Wednesday afternoon on the banks of Mossy Creek. 80 degrees, not a cloud in the skies. Keck settles back into the circle. The lefty will face Sawyer Tolley to lead off here in the 6th inning. First pitch to Tolley is an off-speed, stamped in the heart of the zone for a first pitch strike from Keck. Tolley's gotten on both times today, but yet to register an at-bat. Hit by pitch and a walk for the DP. The 0-1. Keck goes upstairs, misses above the letters to the right-handed hitting Tolley. 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield playing deep against Tolley. The 1-1. Tolley turns on it, drives it out towards left center field. Martin giving it a look, and she'll watch it go. Home run number 13 on the season for Sawyer Tolley. A no-doubt shot to left center, and E&H gets on the board in the top of the 6th inning. 63rd home run this season for E&H, as Tolley moves into a tie atop the sack leaderboards with her teammate Liberty Johnson. That one just left over the heart of the zone. Tolley turns on it and leaves no doubt out in left center field. So Keck looks to buckle back down as Tristan Tofano, the third baseman, settles in to the righty's batter's box. Keck shakes off the sign, calls time from the rubber. Here comes the first pitch to Tofano, and she goes after the off-speed that dips low and away. 0-1. Keck didn't allow a run in any of her 3 appearances last week. The 0-1, Tofano shoots one into right center field, and it will split the gap and hop over the fence for a ground rule double. As Tofano was rounding second, as if she thought it was a home run, and now she turns back and heads to second. So back-to-back extra base hits for the Wasps. A solo home run from Tolley, and now the ground rule double by Tofano, as E&H getting on against Keck. As Liberty Johnson now settles in. Open stance in the righty's batter's box. First pitch to Johnson. Hits at the knees, and it's 0-1. Johnson 0 for 2, a flyout and a strikeout. This is her first time facing Keck. As Johnson tries to match her teammate Tolley, the 1-1 from Keck, or the 0-1 from Keck rather. just off the mark, and now it's 1-1. Outfield playing back against Johnson as well. Keck, the left-hander, looks in. Here comes the 1-1. Low and outside. 2 balls and a strike here in the top half of the 6th inning. A 6-1 lead for Carson-Newman. They scored 6 runs in the first 2 innings. 4 in the first, 2 in the second. Had chances since, but have been unable to bring any more runs across. The 2-1. Johnson pulls it straight to left field where Saunders is waiting for it, and there's out number 1. That was a frozen rope off the bat of Johnson.
Now batting left fielder number 6, Carson-Simpson.
Addie Saunders in the perfect spot for out number 1. Brings up Carson-Simpson, the left fielder. Another righty in this E&H order. First pitch swing, and it's fouled away by Simpson off the end of her bat. Count moves to 0-1 with Tefano over at second after a ground rule double, following up the solo home run from Sawyer Tolley that led off this inning. Cut the lead down to 5. And the 0-1 from Keck. Simpson pushes it the other way, and it bounces into right center, up against the wall. It's picked up by Martin. Coming in to score comes Stefano. It's a double from Carson-Simpson, and it brings the lead down to 4. It's 6-2 with 2 runs here in the 6th inning for E&H.
Now batting right fielder number 12, Greenlee Elliott.
As Lacey Keck walks off the circle, her day has come to a close, and they'll go to Riley Sykes here in the top of the 6th inning. A 6-2 lead for Carson-Newman over E&H. Solo home run from Sawyer Tolley. Now a RBI double from Simpson. And as Sykes gets warmed up, we'll take a quick break on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Riley Sykes' first offering is a high pop-up that is lifted into right center field. Martin moves into the gap and retires Greenlee Elliott. As advancing up to third goes Simpson on the flyout. And Riley Sykes has out number 2 here in the 6th inning. Sykes, a senior out of Powell, Tennessee, has not pitched since March 26th. She got a start in Game 2 against Milligan. Just went 2/3 of an inning, like 4 runs, all of them earned. Brings up the 9-hitter Lila Rodriguez. Sykes' first offering to her is high and outside, 1-0. A 6.26 ERA for Sykes this season. On a 3-1 record. Has 6 strikeouts to 4 walks. Opponents batting at a .358 clip against the right-hander. As Rodriguez turns on the 1-0. Lazy fly ball to right center field. And there's Martin for out number 3. So E&H gets on the board. A solo home run from Tolley. And then an RBI double from Carson-Simpson. Makes it 6-2 Eagles heading into the bottom of the 6th on the Eagle Sports Network.
There's something about a small community that unites us, whether it's cheering on our favorite team or the way we come together in a crisis. Small communities are made up of people with big hearts. We're dedicated to hard work and innovation through sunny days and stormy nights. AEC is always here, powering the people and the places that make our community a spectacular place to call home. AEC. Power what matters most.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Top of the order for Carson-Newman here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Malia Smith leads off and hoops one foul down the left field line on the first pitch she sees from Destiny Good. E&H cuts into the lead. It's a 6-2 advantage for Carson-Newman with 2 runs in the top of the 6th inning. The 0-1 to Smith dips down and away. Smith is 1 for 3. Continues her hitting streak, the 1-1, chopped straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 7-game hitting streak, now 8 straight for Malia Smith. Coming off a doubleheader against Coker where she had a pair of 3-hit games in the sweep of the Cobras. 1-2 is a breaking ball, loops outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Against the freshman out of Knoxville, Tennessee, a product of Gibbs High School. 2-2. Smith pokes one straight to the shortstop, and Hill, she bommels it as it skips into her. And we'll see how it's ruled, and it is ruled a hit for Malia Smith. The short hop was tough to handle for Hill, and Smith is aboard on a leadoff base hit.
No batting, center fielder, number 14, Abby Martin.
Another multi-hit game for Malia Smith, her 24th of the season. Martin swings on the first pitch, taps one back to Good, who goes to second for one. The throw to first is not in time, as Smith with an aggressive slide into second pushed Hill off bounce, and so Martin and Smith exchange places on the fielder's choice. Brings Macaulay Bailey to the plate, 1 for 3. Double her last time up, and a first pitch swing for Bailey. She is a tardy on the offering from Good. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss from Bailey. Back-to-back strikes from Good. Pair of whiffs from Bailey, and both times she's been a little late to come around. Has Martin over at first base. 2 seniors that have played in so many games together. The 0-2. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. These two joined forces for Macaulay Bailey's South Atlantic Conference record-breaking RBI against Milligan. 1-2. Bailey, a ground ball, hard shot, stabbed by Hill on the dive. Backhand flip to second, and Street can't hold on to it. It'll be a hit for Bailey.
No batting, third baseman, number 47, Grace Gregory.
And so Grace Gregory climbs in with 2 on base, 1 gone. Here in the 6th, and the first offering from Good to Gregory misses down and in, 1-0. A 1-0. Off speed outside. 2 balls and no strikes against Grace Gregory. 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs for the senior third baseman out of White House, Tennessee. 2-0. Brushes inside, twisting out of the way is Gregory. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 gone, a base is open. If Good were to walk Gregory. And the 3-0. Had no chance, comes skimming in, and Gregory is aboard on a 4-pitch walk.
No batting, left fielder, number 44, Addie Saunders.
Gregory reaches for the third time today as it brings Addie Saunders to the plate. And a pinch runner will be coming in this spot. Cries from the first base dugout for Reese Winchester to grab a helmet. And she'll be coming in for Macaulay Bailey over at second base.
Running for the Eagles at second base, number 2, Reese Winchester.
So Addie Saunders comes in the lefty's batter's box as the infield pinches in for E&H. First offering to Saunders is inside, 1-0. Outfield also creeping in for Jake Cockerham and E&H. Corners are in front of their respective bags. The 1-0 bounces into Saunders, 2-0. Gregory and now Saunders. Between the two, Good has missed on her last 6 pitches. And the 2-0. Saunders, a chopper straight to third. Stepping on the, or going home is the third baseman Tofano, and stepping on the bag is the catcher Booth. She goes back to first, and it's not in time. As everyone moves up another 60 feet, there's out number 2. Abby Martin had no chance at coming to score. Saunders was going to be in safely regardless, as that one popped out of the mitt of Johnson. It brings Anne-Marie Richards to the plate, and she takes the first pitch rise ball high. Richards is 3 for 3 with an RBI. Doubled her last time up. Here's the 1-0. Richards turns on it straight into the glove of the shortstop Hill as she ranges to her left. And Carson-Newman leaves the bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th inning. They look for 3 more outs in the top of the 7th, trying to take game 1. When we come back on the other side of this break on the Eagles Sports Network.
Don't know what to wear on game day? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com for all of your Carson-Newman athletics gear. You can find clothing from Adidas, Columbia, Nike, and Under Armour to cover you from head to toe. ShopSeeingEagles.com also has duffel bags, backpacks, jewelry, pet supplies, and gifts. Don't waste any more time. Prove you are the ultimate Carson-Newman fan with the official gear of the Eagles at ShopSeeingEagles.com. Visit today.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Into the top of the 7th inning. It's the 6-2 lead for Carson-Newman over Emory and Henry here in Game 1 on this Wednesday afternoon in Mossy Creek. The penultimate doubleheader for the 23rd ranked Eagles. And they'll have 10 days off after today until they take on Lenore Rhine, top team in the South Atlantic Conference. Eagles sit 1 game back of the Bears. So depending on today's results, that doubleheader can carry a ton of weight, especially if Carson-Newman's able to get 3 outs. As Riley Sykes will look to be the one to do that. First pitch swing, it's a pop-up just beyond the circle from Rachel Hill, and the catch is made by the third baseman Gregory, who came sprinting over.
Second baseman number 3.
Moving to her left for out number 1. So Abigail Street next to come up as the Eagles look for 2 more outs. First pitch to Street, pops it foul, and it's 0-1. Street in the righty's batter's box has reached base all 3 times today. The 0-1 from Sykes. Street turns on it, lifts one into left field, and for the first time today, Abigail Street is retired as Saunders is there for out number 2.
Batting catcher number 15, Hannah Booth.
Pair of singles and a walk for Abigail Street, and now Riley Sykes looks to come in, retire the 5 batters she sees, get the last 5 outs for Carson-Newman to take game 1. 6-2 lead for the Eagles. Hannah Booth steps in, and Sykes delivers the first pitch strike. Makes the count 0-1. Carson-Newman jumped in front 6-0 through the first 2 innings with 4 runs in the first, 2 in the second. E&H cut into the lead with 2 in the 6th frame. The 0-1. Booth slices it foul on the first base side. No balls, 2 strikes. Wasps down to their last strike here in game 1. Booth is 0 for 3. 3 flyouts for the catcher. 1 to right and 2 to center field. And Sykes will get a new ball from home plate umpire Bobby Gosnell. Right-hander in Sykes climbs back onto the rubber, looking for one more strike. Against the righty in Booth, here comes the 0-2. And it misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A win here today in game 1, at the very least, gives Carson-Newman the opportunity to have a winner-take-all doubleheader against Lenore-Ryan to close out the season. The 1-2, Booth pops it up. Shallow right field. Armstrong is there. She makes the catch and puts a bow on game 1. Eagles jump in front with 6 runs through the first 2 innings and cruise the rest of the way to a 6-2 win in game 1, and the winning streak rolls on. 14 straight wins for the Eagles. They'll look to get the sweep in game 2 in about 20 to 30 minutes time on the Eagles Sports Network. Till then, I'm Matt Scalzo. Taking a quick break. We'll see you in game 2 on the Eagle Sports Network.